Hello everyone, this is Vinodini, Assistant Professor of Department of English, Karpagam Academy of Higher Education, Coimbatore. Today, students, today is a special day because listening skill is the mere skill of every language, and after that the continuation of listening skill is speaking, reading and writing. Among the four skills, reading is also a mere important, and in that reading continues with the best writing. So these listening, speaking, reading and writing skill, the four skills are interpersonal skills. Though these skills are main thing to read and write and speak a language in a perfect manner. And today we are going to see about the writing skill, the most important skill, and this writing skill subdivides into these topics, and these topics in the further classes we are going to see. So in this today's class we are going to see note making, and the first topic is note making, and the second topic is summarizing, and the third topic is subtitling, and the fourth topic is essay writing, and the fifth topic is letter writing, and the sixth topic is creative writing. These skills, basically if you see for a adolescent, that is adulthood age, so these people especially that is 11th and 12th students, you overcome these skills. So you have written more exercises when you were in a small classes. So you have written about the finding the words and creating the words and building the words. So these have been, you have been overcome in your school sections. But now you are going to read the information with the whole. So nowadays you are reading the passages in a long manner. In this you are going to develop your skills, how to write a letter, how to write it in a creative manner. If you got a single word, if at all it's an essay writing, you to know to develop the information. If at all it's subtitling, you know to give a proper titling for a passage. So these are very important. So summarizing your skill is an other term which you should make a proper manner. So note making, in among these skills the primary is note making. This note making, when it happens, so note making when it happens is when you make the information either by lecturing, either listening to the information. So in this, so either listening to the information, you make this note making. So note making is a primary skill when you listen to a information. So it may while reading the information or while listening to the information. So if at all it's a reading to the information, you should take notes. So in that, either you are listening to the information, you should make notes. So this is this difference between note making and note taking. So this note making is a specific term where you should follow certain criterias to follow this note making. So note making, in which the note making is listening to the information, listening to info, and you should take the points. So these specific points where these points are made into the form of heading, subtitling, and the main points, important points, informations. So here today we are going to see about what is the procedure we are making to form a notes. So note making is the primary skill. So this class we are going to see about note making. So I have given a short introduction about this note making skill. So remaining, you see the summarizing, subtitling and essay writing and letter writing and creative writing. In the further classes we will see, and today we will see about the note making. So note making is a important skill which always make to gain the information in a proper manner. So if we see the writing skill, so I have said about that writing skill is a primary skill which among the LSRWs. So writing skill, we should make all the writing scenarios in a proper manner. So first, if you read the information, you should think what information it is, that is what. You should know to answer the question what. And the next is, So the what is information is about, and then which is related to. So the information, it is related to which. So this information is related to which. And the third one is how, at what time. So it denotes the how and when. And it about whom. So totally it answers the question WH. So generally if you see the note making is about what, when, which, how and when and whom. These are the question forms you should know. So you should think about the information, whether it is about the what about the information, which is the information is about, and how it is formed, and when it is formed, and to whom it is formed. So either the information depends upon the scenarios. If at all it's listening to a class lecturing, the title is about the birds. For example, I am saying if it is about the birds, you should know what bird it is. It answers the question what bird and which type of bird and how, at what time it gets give birth, and when and where we can find. So it also that when and where we can find. So I missed this way. So when and where we can find. So you should know these, you should know to answer these questions while taking the notes. So while making the notes, you should answer these questions. So it is not compulsion to answer these questions, but the thing is you should know these information, you should think in your intellect whether these are answerable to this particular paragraph. So now it is the basic way to think about the note making. And the next is, so note making you want to first of all know their advantages. Why? Because you have a question that why we should take the notes. So the note making is a very helpful and important process which you can make the notes in a proper manner. If you are listening to a lecture, so either in your class you may listen to your teacher's lecture. So if she is lecturing or he is lecturing, the person you should take the notes, which you can't forget the points. So note making is not that, first of all you should understand that note making is not that taking all the points what you have written, what they are saying, what you have written, the whole like a summary, essay like that. It is not. So note making is that an important points, a specific points you should make. First of all, you should note what is heading it is. So the advantages of note making is you can again you can go through the points. So you can learn the points, learn, proceed and recollect, create and process. So these are the advantage of note making. So you can learn the information and then after making the notes you can proceed with that with your points. So we can develop the points and then you can recollect. So recollect what they have said. With that key notes you can recollect what they have said and then you can create. You can create your own incorporates to their particular lecture and then you can process. So process to either for your examination, either for your further writing of your note, for your records, you can make use of this note making. So these are the basic advantages. It can be various into more advantages according to the scenario. Okay, so this is the basic advantages of note making. And then what is the format of note making? How you should take the note making? So with that format, you can come across these formats. First of all, while taking the notes, you should take the heading. So heading, for example, if you are listening to the lecture of Mahatma Gandhi, so it's about Mahatma Gandhi. So if you are listening to the lecture of Mahatma Gandhi, you can take about the title Mahatma Gandhi and then subheading whether his reformation, revolution, whatever. So for example, we can write revolution. For example, we can write revolution. So this is a revolution. Then points. What are the points that your lecturer have given? 1, 2, 3, 4. So like that you can get the points. So the points you can make according to their wish. If at all it is first point you are taking, win that. So first point is about the marching. So marching of Mahatma Gandhi. In that how many marches he go on. If at all if you want to write about the sub marches, then you can use 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So like this you can make the points, and then sub heading. So you can confuse, this is heading, this is sub heading. So sub heading, which means if at all you are going with the fourth point, it's revolution. So we have reading about the revolution in that march, and it is the result. So if you are reading about the result, the particular about the revolution, then if at all it is result, in that result you can get the other topic about Radha Krishnan. For example, they are telling about the Radha Krishnan in that result. You can make a sub heading as the name. So this is the other technique of sub heading. And then keywords. So keywords, it's about revolution. If it is all revolution, you can get war, march. Example, these are all example. Students, don't get confused. These are all examples, and then you can get the people, leaders. So leaders. So such keywords you can make notes according to their topic. So for example, I have given the keywords like war, march and leaders. So with this you can create your own sentences. After that, what lecture you haven't listened. And then abbreviations. So you know abbreviations. For example, if you're connected, so for example, if you are going for information, you can abbreviate like, so if you are taking, because you get the minimum number of time when you make the notes. So in that, certain words cannot be written in the full form manner because it reduces the time. So in order to manage your time, you can use abbreviations. Even you can use long dashes, that is dashes you can use, and colons. These are allowed in note making. So colons, dashes, and you can use abbreviations. For example, I have given informations. Such examples you can make according to the words, you can make the abbreviations over there. So either WHO, for WHO you can make the World Health Organization. So regarding World Health Organization, you are listening to the information, means you can shortly make as WHO. So these abbreviations you can give, and such things, such things helps to make a fine note. So this note helps for your future user. So these are the main and division process of heading, subheading, points, subheading, subpoints, and keywords, abbreviations to make a note. So note making. This note making can be created according to the person and the scenario. If at all you are listening to the science classes, you people can make the notes if you know the sudden make of mapping. So you can make a notes in a mapping manner. So like this, raw, it's about products, and it's a results. So this is the one way of note making, that is mapping you can. So mapping is a one way. So this mapping is one type, and the types. So now we can go to types. The types is mapping, flow charts, the flow series, or else you can tell us flow notes, whatever you can. So mapping, flow notes, and then you can shortly in the points manner, that is points manner, which you can use as the phrases. The one thing, the main thing in the note making, you should not use in the long and the continuous sentence, because note making only you can use the phrases. So now I like to tell about the 3 important points which you should note while note making. You should never miss. The first one is phrases. You should only use phrases. You should keep in mind whatever you are making the notes, you should keep in mind that note making is perfectly about phrases. It's not about the long sentences or long paragraphs. And the next, you can use colons, like symbols. Symbols you can use, and then abbreviations. So as I said, the methods like heading, subheading, format and subheading and keywords and the abbreviations, in that format everything you should make. For heading also you can write the heading, below that heading you can make the phrases, not the long sentence. And then if it is necessary, you can use symbols. For example, I have given colons, you can use the symbols. And the next is abbreviations, for example for that WHO. So you can use abbreviations. So these are the important elements that you can note while while making the notes. So the next important process is aware of the sentence. You can use the long aware of the sentence. For example, if you are writing about a development of organisms, like for man can man created fire. If you want about the development of ancient process, if you are listening to such type of lecturing, you can make that man fire. So you can, in between you can use dashes or you can use points. Man, key points like man, fire, stone, nature. So key points which makes you to clear what is about. And the topic subheading you can clearly make that organism development, like that. So according to your topic you can make the note makings. So note making is very important to learn. So as I already told about, it's learn, proceed, recollect, create and process. So these are the main aspects of note making. So for example, I have given, so you should make the key points like this, and I have given the example below the formats and with the procedure of open, that is heading, like subheading, and the key points and abbreviations and subheadings. So you can see in the video about this is example which about the advantages and the format and even the example for note making. So you should make sure that while making the notes, the main important thing is you should think about what it's about, when it takes place. So what is the particular thing that it handles and what is the particular aspects it goes on. So you should think while making the notes. So what are the importance? If you want to proceed with the particular topic in a particular manner, you should think the notes, you should hear the notes as well. If the lecturer takes the classes about the important things of grammar, then in that particular grammar you can't make into the whole sentence. You can give the points, particular points, the important points alone. You should not make the long sentence whatever you think. That is not note making. So make sure that while making the notes, note making is always a short and very phrase manner. So short and phrase. So it is a short and phrase manner and you can use the other forms of symbols, abbreviations, all that. This is the main important aspects that you listen for note making. So note making, make sure that it is not about the whole long paragraphs. It is about the short things. And at the concluding point, the note making is a phrasing. You should phrase. You should not go for the long sentence. And the next one is important points. You should take only the important points what you need, and then it can be used with the abbreviations. So the process and the proper abbreviations you can use, and then symbols. The symbols also you can make. So this is this is your personal notes in order to understand, but it should be in a procedural form. If at all these all elements, that is key terms, is followed, then it is a good note making. So students, you should keep in the mind that the note making can follow these elements, and it can be a good note making, and then it will be an excellent note making for your future use. You can make sure. I think today's class you understood how to take the note making. So note making, as I already said, it can be according to your information, heading. You can use headings, subheadings, key points, and subheadings and the important points, and you can use abbreviations. So with these elements I have concluded. So make sure that note making or these process, this is, once again I repeat this is the purpose that is used for to recollect the information for the future use. You can create with this note making to your, according to, it can be an essay, it can be a summary, you can use for your future use by these notes, and for your exams, whatever you need for the future use, this note making should help you. So likewise you should make the notes. So thank you for that, to listen to this note making, and this is the first topic in the writing skill. The next topic is summarizing. In the next class we can see the topic summarizing. So don't forget, this note making is, make sure that you should make the notes in these elements. So we can make the notes in a good and professional manner while you are listening to their lectures, and this is the good habit of listening to their information while making the notes. It makes your person a skillful person. So writing skill can be developed through this. The first writing skill is note making, we just concluded, and the next one is summarizing. So we see in the next class. Thank you.